Hey everyone, welcome back. I am Nefari0uss and I'm the host of the CLG Faithful podcast. Joining me as always is my co-host Artren.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, we're on episode 16 now.
Yeah, it's been a quarter of a year, a little over a quarter of a year. That's crazy.
That is crazy. And, it's been an entire league split. And guess what? We're a week away from another one.
Yeah, I can't wait. Get some League of Legends back in me. Just good way to just kind of kill a weekend.
Yeah, and you know what? We also get to see how the bootcamp affected our boys.
Absolutely. Let's hope that they have really taken what they have learned to heart and they really improved themselves. And hopefully Dardoch can be, he can be that kind of fire in their pants that just kicks them right over the edge.
Yeah, so just to give a recap of whatever happened in their bootcamp, and just a general update. So for the league team, we parted ways with Xmithy in exchange for Dardoch. Xmithy went to Immortals, and Dardoch comes over here to CLG. We also parted ways with Grant Grievance Rosso, and he was the previous LCS player development coach for the 2017 spring split. Finally, Trinity, or Matt Trinity Nashua, he's the esports director, and he will be much more involved directly with the LCS team. Now, the boys have also been bootcamping at the Sports Academy esports facility in California for this week, and they'll be continuing they bootcamped last week, and they'll be continuing for this week as well.
Nice.
Yeah, speaking of which, have you seen any of the videos that they've been posting?
Yeah, I actually just recently watched the Floor is Lava one that was on Twitter. Holy crap.
That was hilarious.
That was hilarious. Watching them try and work together with like 2 sheets of paper to get everyone moving around was just fantastic.
Yes, basically, the floor is lava, and they had to go from one side of the room to the other, and they only had 2 sheets of paper, 2 rocks to walk on.
It was fantastic.
And,
watching them like try and step together and who he was screaming in his English to do things.
And then Hui's statement at the end. I'm safe. See ya, bitches.
Very typical. Very typical.
Great.
And then they also had the count to 10 video that they put on Facebook. I didn't actually see that one. What was it about?
Yeah, so that one they actually all sit back to back, so all 5 of them, and they have to count to 10. And the thing is, you cannot speak if someone adjacent to you speaks.
Ah.
Yeah, so they did that. And that wasn't as fun as the Floor is Lava one, but it's still worth checking out. We'll link to both of them in the show notes.
Sweet.
Yeah, just I guess we should give a quick MSI update.
Yep. SKT continues to destroy every single freaking nation in the world.
What a surprise.
Wow, really? I know, right?
Yeah. Hey, G2 took a game. Let's give them credit where credit's due.
They did. G2 did take 1 game off of SKT. So, I mean, hey, they're like equal to CLG at this point.
Yeah. Hey, G2 took a game. That's more than anyone else could ask for.
Exactly.
All right, but this is not the G2 podcast. It's not the SKT podcast. No. This is the CLG podcast.
This is the CLG Faithful podcast, boys. Let's get on and talk about some CSGO, hey?
Yeah, we've got the Dreamhack Summer NA qualifiers. And CLG needs to win 3 best-of-3 games to qualify.
Absolutely. And first up, they came up against CSGO. That's a really weird name. I've seen them before. But yeah, CSGO. And map 1, they played on Train. And with a close match, CLG did end up winning 16-12. Map 2, they played on Mirage, and we must have crushed their spirits or something because we got a commanding win, 16-9, for our first best-of-3 win.
All right, solid, clean sweep. And the next up was Luminosity Gaming.
Absolutely. And map 1 against them was Overpass. Not exactly our best map. We ended up losing to LG 6-16.
Ouch.
Pretty bad, yeah. Map 2, however, oh man, Mirage. But we basically just took the complete reverse on LG that game, and we crushed them 16-5. Like, even worse than they just beat us. So it was great to see that the boys could really take a beating, but not be like really down on themselves and not tilted, and just come right back into it and just completely do a 180. It was awesome.
Yeah, and then map 3 is on train, and you know what we said
Oh,
about
yeah.
CLG on train, right?
Yep. I guess LG didn't watch the previous round against Mousepaz because CLG showed that they can win on train. And this was a close match, though. It went all 30 rounds. But in the end, it goes 16-14 for CLG. And that means we have won 2 of our 3 best of 3s we needed to win. And then comes Renegades. Now,
They're a pretty good team.
They're a pretty good team. They're Australians. But guess who just came across the water from Renegades?
Oh, who is that?
Oh, maybe one of our best players right now, Ricky. The Renegades are Australians, and we got the inside dude. Yeah, man. So, map 1 was Cobblestone. It was, yet again, a very close one. It went 29 rounds. In the end, it goes 16-13 for CLG. They really started it off well on this final one. So just to, again, if CLG wins this, they qualify for Dreamhack Summer. If Renegades wins it, they qualify for Dreamhack Summer. Map 2 was Mirage. Oh man, we got crushed. It was 16-18 for Renegades. It's pretty bad, but we really hope the boys can shake it off, and they went into map 3 on cash. CLG was down pretty early, 6-1 on round 8, but off a wicked round, they clawed back up. After that wicked round, they clawed it back up, and it was 8-7 for CLG by half. However, after half, Renegade did win the pistol round via a defuse. They tied it up to 8-8 there. So Renegades then take the next round, but on round 18, CLG buys, has some firepower. Boom, with some nice AK kills, they bump the score to 10-9. A tight round after that, though, but FNS with an AK gets a wicked 3K, taking CLG up to 11-9. Up 12-9 now. FNS gets a sweet bomb plant with literally like 0.1 seconds left to plant. The casters were like, oh no, I don't think he has time to plant. The bomb has been planted. And then the music begins. RNG then get cleaned up as they try to retake the bomb site. CLG wins the round and takes it up. They're up to 14-9. Renegades does claw back though and brings it up for CLG being 15-13. So they're at match point at this point. Now, it's 4v1 for CLG match point. Ethan takes down the final RNG player. Boom. CLG has qualified for Dreamhack Summer. Boom. We are going to a LAN, boys. And just to make it so much sweeter, the guy who was casting this game, Seaside Swing, he lost a bet. He claimed that Renegades, the Aussies, would win. They weren't going to lose today. And he also gained enough subs on his Twitch channel that he drank a beer out of his work boot. I guess this is apparently called a shoey. It is disgustingly, as disgusting as it sounds. We will put a link to a clip of that
in the show
action in the show notes. You guys can take a look at it, laugh at him because CLG made him do that. Fantastic stuff.
Make no mistake, this game ended up in classic CLG fashion, like always.
Classic CLG fashion, 1-1. It's a best of 3. It goes down to match point on round 29 against a really, really good Renegades team.
All right.
And I mean, Seaside Swing is actually he's a CLG fan at heart, I believe. He's been casting a lot of CLG games. That's how he started off, was casting a lot of like the CLG.Red games and stuff like that. So props to him for always being there and casting. His channel has been growing great. If you guys want to watch some CLG games, because a lot of the time they're not streamed, like on the big channels, especially CLG.Red, check him out. Send him a follow. He's a good guy.
Yep. So CLG managed to qualify for one major tournament. Can they qualify for another?
Yeah, ESL won Colone 2017 qualifiers ended up happening this week as well. And CLG needed to win 2 best of 3 series to qualify for it. Because apparently they got seeded directly into the semifinals. So that's pretty sweet.
All right, so the first one was against, you guessed it, Renegades.
Renegades again. The Australians coming up against CLG once again. Map 1 was on Mirage, and I mean, I don't know what happened to Renegades, but apparently CLG must have just absolutely decimated their spirits after knocking them out of Dreamhack Summer, because on map 1 they brought the hammer down again, just smashed them 16-7.
Yeah, but they don't go up. They don't go down quietly. They come back fighting the second.
Oh man,
map,
those
Overpass.
Australians do come back. Map 2 Overpass was a very, very close match. It was very back and forth the entire game, which you would expect on Overpass. But in the end, 16-13 for CLG. They get to crush those Aussies twice in 1 week.
All right, moving on. Then they faced Liquid.
Yes, so this is the finals. The winning team gets to qualify for ESL 1 Colone. There is only one spot. Map 1, Cobblestone, was way too close. This game went down to the wire in 30 rounds. Unfortunately, Team Liquid did one-up CLG and take it 16-14. Map 2 was Inferno. And of course, they're at game point.
Of course it's Inferno.
It's of course it's Inferno. It's CLG's, I feel it's CLG's weakest map right now, and it really showed. Liquid dominated CLG 8-16, and they take the invite to ESL 1 Cologne. So, not a horrible weekend for CLG CSGO. If we qualify for Dreamhack Summer, that's amazing. We get to head to a LAN.
Yeah, I mean, back to the drawing board, obviously, on Inferno, but
Absolutely.
they should be proud at least for their qualification for Dreamhack, and we can look forward to seeing CLG represent.
Absolutely. CLG win.
All right, let's move on to Smash. The 2 GGC Greninja saga with Nakat and Void.
Also known as Void Cat, apparently now. They've gone the Pew Fat kind of route. So
all right, let's start off.
So why don't you tell us?
Why
don't you tell us how the Wii U singles went?
Nakat actually started off and he was in pool A6. Now he actually placed third in that pool and he gets seeded directly into the losers bracket. From there, he does beat Claytito 3-0, and then he beats Donquavius. I don't know. I've never heard these names.
That's a weird name.
3-1.
Donquavius?
Then he goes up against Phoenix, and he beats him 3-1. Now, unfortunately, in the next round, he falls to Edge 3-2, and this is in the top 16. Sorry, he beats Edge 3-2 in the top 16.
Nice.
But then he actually falls to Mr. R in round 5, 3-1, and he finishes 9th place in Wii U singles.
Hey, that's not bad.
It's not bad, but I'm sure he's very disappointing, though.
Not top 8. Mr. R knocks him out of top 8, but yeah, that's a good placing, especially in the recent, because Nakat's been struggling a little bit, so it's good to see him placing in like top 10.
Right. And you know he's going to go back and he's going to keep training and get better.
Of course. And I mean, you've seen him, if you follow him on Twitter or anything like that, man, this guy has been going hard on his training. So you can see it's really improved. So also Void played as well. What did he do in singles?
Yeah, so he started off, his pool is pretty strong, and he beats Dank, TJ Senji, and Syro, all 2-0. From there, he actually does take a loss to Leah as Greninja 1-2, and this knocks him into the losers bracket immediately off, and this starts the bracket round. So, in the losers round 1, he beats El Gluex 3-0.
El Glug.
Is it El Glug?
El Glug.
Ah. Okay. Okay.
That's a great name.
Again, I've never heard of some of these names. Usually I recognize them, but not this one. Alright, so he loses that one. He beats that one 3-0. And then he actually finds an unusual matchup against Nero in the losers round 2. It wasn't a really tough match, but it sucks, and he does lose it 3-1.
Yeah, so Void finishes 25th in singles, which is a pretty poor performance. Void, I think it might have to do with all that League of Legends you're playing lately, bud. The man has been trying to stay in Diamond 1 in League of Legends, but he always keeps winning games and getting promoted into Masters, and he hates it because that means he has to play more League of Legends to stay there.
Yeah.
Oh, well. So they also played Voidcat as Wii U doubles, and they were running mad as usual.
Yeah.
They got a clean sweep of pools, all 2-0s, versus Wackernuts and Dang Shane, Charger and Razzo, Solimar and Teb, and Abadango and Mr. R. Into the winners semis, though, they do go down 1-2 against Locust and Captain Zach. So in the losers quarters, they faced Renai and Komorikiri, and after a really good fight, they did end up losing 1-2, meaning Voidcat places 5th in Wii U doubles. So not too bad of a spot, but I imagine it could have been a little bit of the tiltiness from Void. He's kind of having a tough week, I guess.
Yeah, possibly. I know on their Twitter profiles, I forget if it was Void or Natcat, one of them had angry in it, so
that was Natcat. That was him training hard.
Now it's a reformed Natcat.
Reformed Natcat, yeah. Changing his profiles and everything.
I know Void was mentioning on Twitter as well that he was talking that, he knows he didn't do very well, and it definitely does affect him.
Yeah,
but I do like to see them actually show that passion and care about it.
Exactly. They have this passion and they have a drive to win and they want to win. And when they do poorly, they do understand. It's like, man, that sucks. But you know what? These guys, they're hard. They're good players. They bounce back. We've seen Void just go lose one game and then be like, okay, look, I need to step back. I need to calm down. Boom, let's crush some kids. And that's what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, so on to the Melee side of things. We have Runback 2017 with SFAT. Our boy SFAT went to Arizona to play. Arizona. He is far out of his league there far out of his region there. He's usually a NorCal, SoCal boy, and he's all the way in Arizona right now. And he played in doubles this week with Ty. I don't know where Pew Pew U was, but he played with Ty. So how'd they do there?
Yes, they actually started off really strong, and they beat Heisenberg and Erie 2-0, and then they beat Ash and Gridlock 2-0 as well. From there, they actually take their first loss in the winners quarterfinals against Taj and VTS 1-2. From there, they make one hell of a run through the losers bracket, and they take out Violence and Homemade Waffles 3-0. Then,
love that name.
They beat in a 3-2 Duck versus Silly Kyle. After that, they go up against Bladewise and Fox. And unfortunately, this is where their run ends, and they're in the top 4, but they lose 0-3. So this means they end up taking 4th place.
Yep. Hey, that's still a really good showing from SFAT, especially playing with someone that he doesn't usually play with in PQU and playing with Ty. Yeah,
I agree.
And Ty is also another Marth player, so at least they have that kind of balance. But it does kind of suck that QPU wasn't there to help.
Nothing really beats playing with a guy who you're so used to dueling with. You just know each other's tendencies. You've got all the things you practiced.
Exactly. So then he also got to play in some Melee singles. And as we said, only SFAT did go to Arizona, and he had a wicked showing.
Yeah, so he 2-0'd in his pools against Ludwig, Villiers, Shallow, Noodles, Gridlock, Wombat, and Bullcut Boy. Again,
these great names.
Where do these names come from? I don't know.
Oh, I really don't.
All right, so then he proceeds to 3-0 Woker. I think I'm saying that right.
Yeah, I think so.
Glitch and Cyrox. Then he meets up against his nemesis, Westballs. And this is in the winner's semis. And unfortunately, he does lose that very close match, 2-3. From there, in the loser's bracket, he goes on to beat Axe 3-2 and then Duck 3-1.
And I just want to say,
go for it.
Axe is the Arizona homeboy. So he's like Arizona's only huge Melee player. So he's basically like the
he's the representative.
Like the Leffen. He reps Arizona super hard. He had a Arizona flag around his neck the whole time. That match, I'll put a link to it in the show notes, was intense. It went to, at 2-2, it went down to the last final stock, and the entire playing area, the whole room, just lit up with chants for Axe and Pikachu. It was intense. Unfortunately, the fifth and final match was the final stock was so fast, it silenced the room. SFAT had everyone dead silent. The casters were super pumped for Axe to be winning, and then they went silent, and one of them kind of raged. Like he was like, I'm done with this. Tossed his headset down and walked off.
Yeah.
Oh, good old SFAT. Good old SFAT. That's that's what you need a salt shaker for, the CLG salt shaker.
Which, by the way, they still haven't restocked.
They still haven't restocked. Come on, boys. We need those salt shakers. Yeah. Anyways, how did the rest of it go?
Unfortunately, it's not so great because guess who he meets up once again in the losers finals?
West Balls.
He meets West Balls. And guess what it is once again?
It's 3-2.
It's a close 2-3-2 in favor of West Balls. So unfortunately, this means SFAT takes third place, but it is still a top 4 showing and a solid performance from SFAT.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So GG to all of our boys who played in Smash this weekend, and we know
they all play great.
Yeah, we know they're gonna go back and they're gonna keep improving.
Absolutely. And so I guess EVO 2017 is actually coming up on the 14th of July.
That's right.
So that's one of the hugest fighting game tournaments. So Smash,
it's
Street Fighter, it's huge.
EVO's massive.
All those games are going to be crazy. If you are a fan of Smash and you just want to watch some really good Smash players, all the big names are going to be there.
Or fighting
all the
games.
Smash players, or just fighting games in general. Like I think they have BlazBlue, they have Street Fighter 5.
Tekken.
They also have Tekken.
Marvel
they also have
Capcom.
that new one.
MVC.
What was it? I forget what it's called.
Which one?
It's the one that's like kind of more anime looking. Aether Rivals.
Oh, okay.
That one. Or whatever. That one, the couple of the CLG guys have been kind of dabbling in that. Check it out. EVO 2017 is freaking crazy.
Yeah, but now we're going to move on to Overwatch.
Yeah, so we got some big Overwatch news coming up. Why don't you give us a rundown?
Sure. So, unfortunately, we do have to start off with some sad news. Michael the Coons, as in his name is actually, his gamer tag is just the, and he's no longer part of the CLG organization. He was part of the original 1% squad, which was the original name of the CLG squad when CLG picked them up. And yeah, thanks for a great 3 months. He was the support for the team. And CLG is going to help him find him a new team and a new home.
Nice.
But CLG decides to shake things up. And the new member of the CLG Over Squad is Shake. So,
right on. I like all these names because they're all just like one word.
I know, it's easy. I can't mess them up.
They're not bowl cut boy and homemade waffles. Just one word. The miso shake.
Yeah. So he too will be joining as a support player. He's a former complexity player, and he's known for his Ana and Zenyatta play.
Oh, nice. That'll be good.
Yeah, and actually, you mentioned Miso. Well, today is his birthday.
Whoa! Happy birthday, Miso, man!
Yeah,
it's good to have you on the team. You've been quite the character. You've got a good personality for CLG. A really good mix for CLG. So I'm glad to see a lot of those Overwatch boys, kind of that just got picked up. They're really meshing well with the rest of the guys that are already in the house. So it's good to see that. Yeah.
Just to be clear, it is the day that we're recording. So today is the 22nd.
May the 22nd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so be sure to wish him a happy birthday if you can.
Right on.
Right. So they actually played in the Alienware Monthly Melee.
Yeah, sweet.
Which
I love these. These are pretty good.
Yeah, so go ahead and tell us about this.
Yeah, so they were seeded directly into the semifinals against Team Liquid.
You forgot the groups.
Oh, shoot. I forgot the group stages. Of course. The group stages, we are in Group B. We went 2-1 with a 4-3 map differential. So we had 6 points, and that means that we were second place, only beat by Selfless Gaming, who went a perfect 3-0 and had a perfect 6-0 map record.
Yeah,
which is
we actually
ridiculous.
went 2-0 against Immortals, who are known to be pretty good. Then
Nice.
we went 2-1 against Envision as well. Sorry,
Right on.
2-1 against 2-1 against Vision. My bad.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So that means that since we were second, we got to be seeded directly into the finals, and because of our map difference,
Semifinals.
We got seeded directly in the semifinals against Team Liquid. We played the first map was Watchpoint Gibraltar, where it was a close one, but we ended up winning 3-2. The next map was Dorado, which again was a very close match, but that one went Team Liquid's way as a 5-4 win for Liquid. The third and final round was Kings Row, and then CLG ends up winning it 3-2. Boom. That means we get to move up to the winners finals. And that brings us up against Team Yikes. That is a fantastic name. They have no logo. It is just the Overwatch logo. Clearly, they were thrown together for this tournament. Yeah. That's fantastic.
It's probably like, oh, we need a team name. Yikes, we don't know what to do.
Yikes, we need a team name.
What's one thing I love about esports? It's just the names that everyone goes with. It's you can be as creative as you want. You can do as crazy as you want. I love it.
It's like, I think a few weeks back, there was a team that you guys get paid for this. What's the team name? Oh, man. Yeah, that was good stuff. So, first map was Kings Row. It was a close one, but we did end up seeding that one to Yikes 3-2. And it was a repeat of the same thing on Hollywood. Very close, but a 3-2 win for Yikes. And then on the final and third map, Eichenwald was a 3-1 win for Yikes. That means that we are bumped down to the losers final. So similar thing set up like Smash, where the finals is the finals, and kind of the top 4 teams, and then it moves on to a grand finals, which is a
best of 5.
A best of 5 as well, but the person coming up from losers has to win twice.
Correct. So in the losers finals, they were up against none other than Selfless Gaming.
Oh,
so
man.
COG does actually try to get a bit of revenge. On the first map, they're on Lee Jane Tower, and they actually lose that 1-3. But then the next map is Oasis, and it's close, but we come up strong with a 3-2 victory. Woo. Now, unfortunately, the rest of the matches got postponed because there was some internet and stream issues. So the lower bracket final and the grand finals are going to be rescheduled to May 25th, and we'll be sure to update that whenever it comes out next week.
Yeah, that kind of sucks, but that's awesome that we at least have a scheduled date. CSGO is not a big fan of rescheduling them right away.
No.
Yeah, so I guess that's everything we got this week, eh?
Yeah, I think that's everything. So we've got a lot to look forward to in the coming weeks. Obviously, we mentioned League is going to be starting soon. That should be fun to watch. Dreamhack is coming up as well. And
so we got next week, let's see.
Yeah, hopefully we've got see the Overwatch as well.
Yeah, we got some CSGO versus SK on Tuesday. Overwatch is going to be those rescheduled matches again, and then that'll also be the grand final on May 25th.
And Evo.
And Evo, yeah. Well, Evo's coming up in a few weeks. That's coming up, that's in 2 months.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming out soon.
Oh, yeah.
And as always,
I'm just looking at what's up next week.
Yeah, as always, you can listen to us, and we'll give you the regular rundown.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Thank you very much for listening to our Wicked podcast. I have been Artren.
And I'm Nefari0uss. And this is the CLG Faithful signing off.